I'm working on a theme song. Chill.
Balls. Gotcha. Okay, so I just got back from seeing an early sneak peek at Pitch Perfect. They gave me some weird thing over here. Um, I guess I'm supposed to tweet about it if I want to get it in my town, even though I've already seen it or something. Anyhow, there's going to be so many spoilers coming out of my ass that you're going to need galoshes. This is a movie about a girl a cappella group that competes at the collegiate level, kind of as like a club sport sort of thing. Um, okay, Becca, played by Anna Kendrick, is new to college. She's a freshman. Her dad works at the university, whatever this place is called. I don't know. I don't really see her going to many classes, so I'm not sure how much we're going for realism here. I don't think that's too important because the movie really brings the laughs. And even though her dad works at the college, so I assume she lives nearby, she takes a taxi to move in. With her stuff, I don't know. She likes to spin music. She thinks she's a DJ. She mashes up songs. That's how she gets down. She's kind of an alt girl, a little nonchalant, a little different than I usually see Anna Kendrick. And when you think about it, I know her from really two places, like Twilight and Up in the Air. And on Twilight, I mean, she's the only one who you could think, oh yeah, she'll win an Oscar. Billy Burke's good too, but come on, Kristen Stewart, no way in hell. So she's new. She does not really getting along with her roommate, who refers to her as like the white girl because she's Asian, and that's how Asians get down. Yeah, she goes to look at the clubs or something, and there's this a cappella group called the Bellas, and they had an incident where the previous year, the new lead girl like upchucked all over the stage, and it was pretty outrageous. So, yeah, I mean, it was a little unexpected too, but whatever. So they're trying to rebuild and get back to their regionals or nationals or whatever competition level. And Anna's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't really sing. But there's some other girls that are kind of interested. Here comes really the bright spot of the whole movie. There's this actress named Rebel Wilson. She plays Fat Amy, and everything she says does. I mean, it's like comedic genius. Just everything she does is just had me grinning from ear to ear. It was awesome. Um, she's weird. She's like, maybe I don't know much about this gal at all. Maybe she's from Tasmania, like her character. She definitely sounds like it. Kind of the Australian New Zealander kind of voice, South Africa kind of voice. All those kind of accents sound about like to me, whatever. Because I'm, racist because I'm American and all that. Mostly white, but some Native American, whatever. Yeah. So, long story short, they end up having an audition. There's this returning group called the Troublemakers, and this is like all guys. They won the competition last year. And they have this audition it's put on by McLovin. This is like his only thing in the movie. And he's overselling it a little bit, but this is a kind of movie where that's okay. Because Anna Camp, who plays the girl who barfed all over the place, she's like the leader of the Bellas. Yeah, she's mostly kind of doing the bring it on thing. You may know her best for getting naked with Harry Potter on stage if you're in England. Otherwise, in the States, I think you're kind of unfamiliar with her. But anyways, yeah, she's like Akarific. I mean, like everything is an Aka something. Aka word, whatever. And it doesn't really get on my nerves because I can see that they're making they're making light of it in the way that something like Bring It On it doesn't quite do. This is the audition, and they're picking people, and they pick people who sing horribly, or not at all. Like, there's this Asian girl who's pretty funny. She talks about not loud at all. I can't do it because it's not going to come up in the video. The mic's not going to pick up my thing. But she'll say things like, later on in the movie it gets funnier. She's pointing out obvious things early, but later she's like, I start fires to feel alive. And it's like, okay, cool, Ralph Wiggum. Why didn't we pick the best guy? I don't know. He was a little creepy, but if he was the best singer available, we should have picked him over people who can't sing. Maybe he would have been good in the all-guy group, or the high notes, who are not that enthusiastic or motivated. But anyways, they don't pick him because he's like the roommate of the love interest in the movie. I don't remember the actor's name. I don't think I've seen him before. And I don't remember the character's name. So I'm going to call him Young Dane Cook, because that's exactly who he looks like. But I think he can sing in this. If all the actors and actresses are actually doing the singing, then Anna Kendrick is like one of the weak singers. Though she's fine, I'm just saying that there was other gals who really got down. Brittany Snow, she's second in command. She really belts it out. We know she has a little bit background in this. Anna Camp, again, she's on stage, probably done some singing before. One of my tweeps, Alexis Knapp, she gets down pretty good. I don't remember her character's name, but I remember that she had like accentuated mammaries. So we're going to call her Boobs, should she come up anymore. And then, of course, there's Fat Amy. She was good. And then we had the black girl, and here I am being racist, don't remember her name. But she was good, and she had like this thing where it was like she was attracted to boobs. And then like Fat Amy's like she kept trying to out her, which was a little weird. Like, do we need to out the lesbian? She would say, let's be honest. But, you know, it gets a laugh from everybody. We progress through the competition. The Bellas are doing their plain Jane stuff. They keep playing the same, they do the same song. They do like Ace of Base and stuff from like the 70s disco era. And of course Anna Kendrick's like, yeah, we gotta be fresh. You know, the Trailmakers never do the same song twice. And we're boring the crowds, because I guess the pretty good crowd here, maybe they follow the competitions. They'd be like, oh, they're doing their song again. And of course we progress through this as we normally do. A few interesting notes here. There's this I don't know, maybe South African, whatever, this real cut lean disc jockey at the place where Becca's employed, or works on campus or something, and she also runs into young Dane Cook there on occasion. But they have this little bit of a hint of a love triangle. Like, he's not that terribly interested in her, and they had this thing later on where Fat Amy's hanging out with a bunch of guys, and there's a guy who in the pool who kind of looked like him but didn't have the tattoos. I think it would have been cool if it was him, because, and you know, big spoilers here, there really isn't much of a love triangle. It's like Becca and young Dane Cook through and through. This guy doesn't prove himself to be a jerk and betray her, and she has the hots for him or anything like that. So I kind of like it for not going in that direction. Along the way, we've got laughs all over the place. At one competition, Fat Amy, who I guess they have to drive their own bus, which I thought was a little weird, that they're letting the gal from not here drive a bus. She goes out to fill up the tank, and she gets hit by a burrito, and I mean, there's just little weird moments like that, or vomiting. And I mean, these aren't the best examples, but little things added up good in this movie. So everybody had some funny parts, and the singing, though it's good, I think the comedy really carried this for me, even though the structure is derivative of what you expect from any kind of college singing, I mean, competition sort of movies. Like, you have an idea who's going to win, though a little bit of a strange thing about that at the end later. the commentators aren't boring. Like, they're not doing the boring thing. Um, I forgot the actress's name, but the chick who was all like, may luck, may the odds be ever in your favor across every 5 minutes in the Hunger Games. She's one of the color commentary people, and they said funny stuff like, "Whoa, those girls are looking good. I would turn for that." And then like she calls the other dude a misogynist and things. And yeah, I mean it was all right stuff. Of course, our team prevails by using the power of the mashup. So Anna gets a little stubborn and decides that she's not going to do things whatever Anna Camp's way. And so she like starts singing "Bulletproof" by the girl who has the Link from Legend of Zelda haircut, LaRue, I believe. She starts singing that in the middle of the thing, and the other girls didn't totally disapprove, so they make Becca the new leader. And yeah, of course, like they seem to prevail. Like there's this thing about this movie that I attacked Easy A for this something similar, but it's not quite the same thing. Easy A became an 80s movie. It blatantly stated, "I like the 80s movies, and this is how an 80s movie ends, and let's end our movie the 80s movie way." This makes a big reference to in which the Breakfast Club is a big deal in Pitch Perfect, because young Dane Cook really likes it, and he gets Becca to watch it, and she only watches the end because there's something wrong with her brain. But she then later on watches the movie all the way through, and she's crying, which I don't know if you really cry in The Breakfast Club because I was only born a year before it came out and didn't see it in the theaters. So anyways, she cries, and later she incorporates "Don't You Forget About Me" by, I forgot the names already, but whatever. She incorporates that into their routine at the end, and that kind of wins over young Dane Cook's heart, even though he's on the opposition's team, and they're all cheering, and then it goes boom 6 months later, and I'm like, did they really give them a medal or like a trophy or a plaque for winning? And then we get back to McLovin, and he's like, "So the winner of last year's competition will be choosing the song that the rookies are going to be trying out for." Okay, we chose, and then Anna Kendrick's saying this, so I'm thinking, obviously they won, but it was odd that we didn't see the trophy presentation. But I can't say I completely disagree with that. Yeah, there's not like a lot of plot here. Like, I pretty much told you that there's a competition. They go through stuff. Somebody maybe get disqualified for something. Some old timers show up and they have a bit of a fight, only so that Becca can go to prison for the night, jail. Have to get bailed out by young Dane Cook, and then they not like each other because he's so needy or something. But you know what? It's also nice that he didn't take her back immediately on the first go, even though the way she's looking at this movie, I would hit that to the ground. I tell you, like, there wouldn't be nothing left for the competition. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I saw Pitch Perfect. I'm a dude. I liked it. The girls sang well. The acapella thing was really fresh, I thought, and they just did a good job sending up everything of the similar genres. Like Step Up, they go and have a riff off, and that was cool. In Step Up, it's lame because they're being serious about it, and it's something you can't be too serious about. So Bring It On, also the cheerocracy kind of stuff. They have like an acapella-y something. I mean, like, they would say something like that. Yeah, there's some good laughs for guys and gals, whatever. Some of the jokes are a little racier, even though they're really not engaging in, hardcore Project X kind of stuff. But it's like, there's a girl whose nickname early on I'm probably not going to repeat, and then she shows why she has that nickname, and they would edit that out on cable basic cable, indeed. Network TV for sure. Yeah, so there you go. That's Pitch Perfect. Oh yeah, I just also want to say that I do have the same keyboard as Becca. And that's what I used to use in my movie reviews for the MIDI interface with my Shure mic, and I still use it to record my podcast, Hottie and the Jerk, which returns next weekend. So yeah, if you're listening to this, you probably already subscribed to it on iTunes, but if you haven't, you probably should. And as per the case, I guess I'm going to have to find a creative way to kill myself.